introductions, if everybody is good with that.
Yeah.
And then, so the first thing is to grow your brand or cultivate your brand. And did everybody get a chance to look at the applications?
Yes.
They look good.
It looked great.
Cool. Are we happy to move forward with that?
I'm great with it. I thought it was really great. It
Posted.
covered everything.
So, sorry, I'm still getting online as well.
Yeah, it's slow.
Did anybody add, since I can't view it right this second, did anybody, I think y'all.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did anybody add any notes to it?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Okay.
I added notes to the document itself, that not the application, that said
Savannah pulled that up for us. We're looking at it.
okay. And they were just, little nitpicky things. But overall, I think we're good to go. But just like misplaced asterisks, and I don't know why some of the asterisks are in one place and not the other, because it doesn't look like you put the asterisks there.
Let me see.
Oh, like the
Let me get to the
required.
drive.
You mean like the things that are required?
Yes.
Risks.
Yeah, more descriptive.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I figured it out. It was just like spacing for the asterisks.
Go back to the things, Savannah, please. Her comments. Sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. So
Okay.
More detailed information in the application section.
I thought just maybe like a little more background, because there's maybe 5 sentences here. I don't know if we wanted to put a little more details about the cohort program itself.
Okay, so what do you guys want to put?
Is there, if somebody's applying for this, can they go to like another place to see more details about it, as opposed to us having to provide it in there?
And this is why I thought that we were going to pass this over to Janine to handle.
Does she have like a flyer or anything?
Or something like a link or something that.
She probably does.
'Cause it'd be
She
hard
had
to
her
explain.
daughter's 8th grade graduation this morning, so she's gonna try to get in, but she's not able to come like right now. But I thought we were going to. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dee, I absolutely think that's something we can just hand to her, and say, can you edit this application section to detail what it is, that you want the applicants to know about this program?
Do you know in the application, would she be able to just insert a link to something?
A link to a flyer.
Yeah, to a flyer, and then it's
Yeah.
just.
So we can ask her.
I mean, even on the Homegrown Hillsborough post, when this is shared, it could have the details there leading to the application.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm able to load Jess's comments right now for some reason.
What were you saying
Go
about?
back. Here you go.
Or was it Alex who was talking?
Oh, sorry. Is the Homegrown Hillsborough platform the only place that we are going to be putting this, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only Homegrown Hillsborough.
You could use the newsletter too. Like if you write something up, Monica can send it to our newsletter, which has a little bit wider audience.
Okay.
But you might get more people who are less involved, but this could help them be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say in that email, just whatever you put on the platform, put in the email for the news, or put in the newsletter. It should be the same.
Okay.
Where does the word to serve mean? Where is that part? What's it referring to?
I think it refers to where it says like, do you serve Hillsborough County?
Oh, okay. Oh, do you
I
serve?
think that can be expanded. So I think that can be like easily.
Do business, like, is that what that means?
Yeah, do
basically, right? Do you
business.
do business in?
Do you work in, do business, or do you work in Hillsborough County?
Yeah.
Conduct business.
I like that. Do business in Hillsborough. Conduct, yeah.
And do we want to say to view, does your organization?
Because basically it would be anybody,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because they have to put their organization on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a home person.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to solely be in Hillsborough, but it does have to operate in Hillsborough.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, yeah.
I think the biggest questions that we had were about financial aid.
Mhm.
I don't want to push us past this, application review if we are not done.
But that's important.
And I feel like it's just gonna bring us back to it. And so, yeah, I feel like that was the biggest thing. I was looking to see her written proposal. Did you send it out?
I did.
Via email, is that how you did it?
Mm-hmm. Or she sent it out. She forwarded it to you and Savannah on our last
Oh,
call.
that's right.
I think that was the 14th. What day did I see that? The 21st, sorry.
I have two, I have two attachments. There we go.
So like some of that wording is exactly what I put in that section at the top of the application. I just didn't put it all. Because I know me, my ADD, and I will not read all of that. I will skim it and miss important stuff.
And then Lisa Vance, that's something we can also ask her to, edit in if is necessary on the application. Okay, so I was looking at the total investment is between,
It's called CYB cohort proposal.
there's two emails from her on the 21st, and it's the second one.
I only had the one in the timeline.
I just sent it back to you. It says sent, but I don't know what that means as far as. And you have the timeline you said, right? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have access to it.
Maybe it's when I forward it to you, you don't have access, but your original.
Yeah, so she only shared the proposal, she didn't share the other one.
Okay.
Can you either download it and send it to me?
Do you have, you said you just have the shared proposal timeline?
Yeah.
But not the larger document?
I don't have access.
Yeah.
Download, send it to me, you can join the Zoom and screen share, you can.
Girl, now you're talking about
just
tech
talk
stuff.
through it. Yeah, so you just talk through
I
it.
will, yeah, I would say we can talk through it. I can
Okay.
also, I'll download it real quick.
I already downloaded it.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So I think the biggest thing that we were looking at, and from what I remember, it's different than what I had in my mind, which is, so I'm glad that this got sent over, was the budget aspect. So here it's 4,200 to like 5,300. And I think just that we had talked about doing 5,000 when in my head it was a larger top number. So I think we can either just say, yes, we want to cover that extra 300 and not worry about financial aid, and get the application out. Which is kind of makes sense to me.
It's close enough.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So my head
kind
is
of,
bigger. There's only 5,300 is the top range. It's $529 per person, plus a summit ticket. So the total program investment would be between 4,200 and 5,300. And I think we said 5,000. I think 53 is pretty close. If everyone votes on that, I think then we can save time and not worry about financial aid aspects. And just say those that apply, and
Anyway, it's based on the number of attendees. Is why that.
correct. And that 5,300 is based off of 10, which is what we've been talking about.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think does that sound good to you? Based on our last conversation, but
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry.
just like to check. So I think those were the big things. Jess, do you have anything that you wanted to say about? Oh, hi. I love when the animals come in.
Listen, Janine joined. Does anybody have any?
Oh, cool.
Oh, great.
Any comments on the financial aid? I think, are we good to say that we can approve up to $5,300 of program investment?
I'd say yes.
Cool.
And that's covering everything for the attendees, right?
As far as I understand from this, Janine, is that correct? If you want to talk to us later because you're not able to speak, that's okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm taking the call from my car. My daughter just graduated her 8th grade. She had her 8th grade ceremony. So
Yay.
on the way back from that, but glad I was able to jump in. What was the question?
It looks like the top of the total program investment is $5,300, which would be 10 participants. That's the 529 times 10. And we were just asking, does that cover everything, or is there anything additional?
No, that's all inclusive of the whole entire program and a ticket to the summit in October.
Beautiful. Cool.
How do we want to proceed with as far as like her sending the invoice over, it's sent over to Savannah?
Is that how that goes? Oh, yeah. So do we want to do it based off of how many people register?
I have one question, Janine. On the application that we sent you that you have the link to, can you add a couple more details to the top portion, the description of the application when you have a moment? I can send you a reminder.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Okay. And then the other thing is, as far as promoting the event, we would like to hand that over to you to take care of as far as promoting it on the platform.
Okay, no problem. I can do that.
And then how do we want to do as far as like reviewing? I mean, I guess there really is no reviewing the application if we're gonna cover it all, right?
Kind of review it.
Yeah.
And if you get to any hiccups, we're here to support you.
Yeah.
Same thing for like sharing it out. Like we can include it on the SLP newsletter. Monica's here. We can ask her to include it on the Homegrown newsletter and any other way. So feel free. Don't feel like it's just okay. It's you. We're happy to help in any ways that we can. But I think like you're definitely the expert.
You're the marketing guru, boo boo.
So, so we're looking to you.
Yeah.
And,
I can.
Yeah, and then
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
Oh, no. I was just gonna say, that's fine. I don't have a problem promoting that. And I think, sorry, I can't look at my phone, but someone just mentioned we can use like the Homegrown newsletter, and yeah. So if we can just like make sure we can leverage like newsletters and whatever Homegrown communications that normally goes out to members, if we can leverage all of those, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be.
I can help you just to we can text or email just to sort of list out some of those options if that's helpful.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then Monica, do you have a plan for a newsletter coming out anytime?
No, I don't. So it can be solo this, or depending on when this goes, I'll try to plug other stuff that is public facing. Things have slowed down, obviously, with the summer. So when is this event?
So the timeline is so the applications would run in June for 2 to 3 weeks, and then applicants would be announced in late June, and then orientation is July 8th.
Cool. Yeah. And kind of as always with me, if you just send me an email of like what you want me to include and the verbiage that I can copy and paste, I'll format it. If I have time, I'll send you a test to kind of put your eyes on it. But generally, it's just like picture of the flyer, link to where we're registering,
And that's all.
one
That's,
sentence.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
exactly.
get that to her in writing.
Yeah. And so when you send me the flyer, send it in a JPEG or PNG, which if it's like downloaded as a PDF, then you'll just have to convert that.
Okay.
But if you're using Canva, then you can download it in a bajillion different forms.
However you need to. Cool. I think that's great. That sounds great. Do we have any other details that we feel like are not finalized? So Janai is going to review the application, begin to promote the program and the application, and then she'll be reviewing the filled out applications with us as support as needed. And then I think that's it, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Regarding, so are we doing the full 10 participants, correct?
Yep.
Yes. And then so the working group members, there are what, 6 of us? 4? I don't know how many there are. But
5 voting members.
okay, did we decide that those 5 members are having seats in this or applying?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question.
I think you guys need to submit an application.
Yeah.
I would agree, yeah.
I think, we talked about, you need to submit it, it needs to be fair to everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I do have a couple people that have asked me about it. So also, yeah, once we start promoting it, I have a couple people who are very excited. So.
Because I will, bow out of this because it's something that obviously I would rather give a seat to someone else,
Yeah.
But I still would like to see some of the info that's going on. But
yeah, I think we can probably work out like those details if there's like a time that you can sit in or something along those lines.
Just sort of,
But I agree. I think, yeah, we will take a spot for that.
okay, cool.
Yeah, great question. Let me write that down. Everyone advice. All right, anything else on that?
Janai, did we need to make any modifications to the timeline at all based on what you submitted last week?
At this time, no. What we're looking at here, I just kind of crafted this around some initial feedback from the group as far as, like preferred times and what works for everyone. So if everyone's okay with this and the time frames that if you're good, I'm good.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks for making this so easy, Janai.
So if you,
That was
okay, so
that
we're
was
waiting on the
my
10, or are we gonna
goal.
go ahead and have her send the invoice to Savannah?
Well, I have a question about this.
Yeah.
So the proposal, wherever it is, what's the difference between these two? Like, what?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, like, what's the one?
So that was just based on the amount between like 8 to 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Number of
Okay,
people.
so that's 8
Yeah.
versus.
So that was just like that was just the difference between the amounts of participants. So had we we do like 8 participants, that the minimum would be the 4,000 and change. So it's just like from the minimum to the max.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was what those were. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
And if we don't reach that 8 minimum, do we want to cross that bridge when we get there? Do we want to?
And then we'll all go.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
I don't think
I
that'll
don't
be
think
a
it's gonna be
problem,
a problem either. I know
yeah.
that we had discussed it a little bit, which is why I just thought I would ask, but,
Once
I
it goes
don't-
viral, it's not gonna.
Yeah, then,
yeah, I do think.
I think if anything, it'll create a waiting list for the next, if she
Yeah.
wants to do
Yeah.
another one outside of the
I
grant.
do too. I think we're gonna have people that are very interested. Alrighty.
Okay, so now back to my question.
Yeah.
Is it that we are giving the green light for her to now proceed and start working? So we're gonna have her send an invoice to Savannah so that she can go ahead and start with everything that we're asking her to do? Or is it that we're gonna wait until we have applications and applicants and all that stuff?
No, let's,
I feel like we can have her send the invoice to Savannah and go ahead and get started.
let's motion to move forward.
Okay, thank you.
Complete. Can I get a second?
yeah, I think whatever
Question,
Janai
and when
feels
you say
comfortable
move
with.
forward, is she sending an invoice for 10
10 or-
participants?
yeah.
Or is she
Yeah.
sending an
Yes.
invoice
For the 10
10
participants,
10.
and then we're done. We can move on to the next
Okay.
task.
You can always also do like half now, half at the end.
When you
Whatever it
have a
is
number.
that,
Yeah, let's,
That gives her something to get started.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Janai, do you want to do all up front?
That would be preferred.
Okay.
If we can do all up front. And are we anticipating the 10 spots?
We are.
Okay, perfect.
So that's what, yeah, so that's what I mean is, yes, that's what we would cut the check for, all 10 spots. And, yeah.
Perfect.
Good to
Let me
everybody.
ask, while we're talking about this, so we have, the way it was written, it's for a hybrid, in person and virtual. Because I shifted the times to all evening classes, I'm having some difficulty finding a meeting spot. So is that something that, do you guys have any ideas of how we can go about it?
I can help you with that.
Okay, that would be great.
Got
Thank you.
options.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can arrange that easy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Can you send us a rough draft of the flyer, or, well, send us the flyer when the flyer's done. I don't need a rough draft. I just want to see what the flyer looks like that's going to be posted on the platform. And then your invoices, Savannah. Is that what we're
Okay,
saying we're doing? Okay.
I can work on the flyer, and I'll get that over to you guys as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
Awesome.
So we're good.
Yay! We're finally done. I feel like that took us 15 months. Yes.
Woohoo! I'm excited. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
All right. So, Janine, I sent you the notes with all of the shenanigans in it that we talked about, and as a reminder, since you're driving. And I'm sure that if you have any questions, you can reach out.
Okay. Will do. Thank you all so much. If you have any other follow-up questions, same thing, you know how to get a hold of me. So I'll get started on those things, and we'll keep on moving on. But thank you all so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Have a good one.
You too.
Just before we move any further, because I talked to the co-chairs about this, but something to incentivize people to continue, since it is a multi-week program, having people pay $100 up front and refund it at the end, maybe figure out a number for something like that, so that people are committed. And you're not
do it.
Yeah.
Do we have a way to be able to collect that and bank it and things like that?
Yeah, Eventbrite.
Unless you have another idea for how to get people to show up.
Yeah, I don't.
Or a 1 absence allowed or something.
Can we put it on the
I've
application?
Eventbrite refund. There might be
I think there's a fee.
Yeah, there's a fee with Eventbrite.
so that would be worth looking into. But I do think having some buy-in is really important.
Just to keep people, make sure they're showing up now, just well, it's free, so it's okay to miss half of the classes.
Right.
And so do checks exist anymore? I have a checkbook.
Yeah.
People literally collect checks and then return.
Or they can do a money order. Check on money order.
Yeah, but I guess the question would be who would that be to?
Right, yeah.
Can we,
And then we have escrow and all kinds of.
Right, yeah.
are we allowed to ask them for having a credit card on file? Or anything
I
like
wouldn't
that?
want it. I wouldn't.
So all of that is where we store it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess maybe through, I guess it could just go to the well, since it's all.
Can we
work through money, can go back into there.
Can we also put in the application that you understand that that this is a high demand position, or you're selected and you say that you can commit to this time, just to put it out there that it isn't casual.
Or might disqualify you for future programs.
Yeah, because I guess we're not putting in the applying for financial assistance anymore.
Right. So we're gonna update that part.
So maybe there we could say something about you're agreeing to.
Maybe that can be a disclaimer at the bottom, initial, but by submitting, you agree to.
Yeah, you agree to complete this, and then do something with it.
Understand that you can miss, what do we want to put, 1 in person? Because I feel like the in-persons are really valuable, to be honest.
Yeah. And they're already scheduled.
Yeah.
Please review the dates or something and
Yeah.
make sure you can commit to these.
Because virtual, if you got the cold or something, you can still attend virtually.
Yes, I'm sure I was that time. You don't want to do it for the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. I like that, good suggestion.
There's like one excuse absence, so people aren't just like, well, I get one absence, so I can just skip today.
Yeah.
Give
Or
us
should
a
we-
little something, tell me, just make something up.
And you're committing to the homework, because there is going to be homework.
Yeah, just outlining,
Actually, no, let them just,
ask
Don't
for
put
don't put the
anything
one
in.
excuse.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't either.
and then if they have a problem, they can speak to the
Tonight.
instructor
Okay.
and make up time if they have, or however.
So where do, how?
Take out that not allowed one
Allow one
excuse
excuse
absence.
absence.
Yeah.
You are committing
Yeah.
to complete the
You're
program in full.
committing, you either do it or you don't.
All right.
Before applying, all meeting dates before applying. Scroll down,
I
Samantha.
can also put this.
We can take that, yeah, and take that other one out, the applying for a financial assistance one. Maybe we can change that. Instead of financial assistance, you're applying for one of these limited spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like none of the other?
No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, this one says you can commit, well, I guess the additional one is important.
Use the
Yeah.
term highly competitive.
Yeah.
Because we are hot.
Buddy, you better be there if you say, we got a tracker on you.
That's right. We know you're there.
We know where you
We know
live.
you're out to dinner right now. So so we have that kind of, or do we take out why is now the right time for you to participate? Because are we putting both of those? And then the one down there about the 100 words, are we going to say both or why you're a good fit?
I think that in my head, when I think of why is this a good time, because, sometimes life happens. So letting them know that there's a possibility this happens again, but we can reword it or remove it. But if it's going to happen again, you can do it later. You don't
Yeah,
have to do
so
it
that
now.
might stop them right there. Oh, this might not be a good time.
Yeah.
After reviewing these dates.
Yeah.
No, I'm going on vacation or something.
How about putting something in, would you be willing to continue, or do you have referrals or something about the next time? Although there might not be scholarship money, the course, once she develops the course is going to be there. I don't see where she's not going to use the course.
Well, she has the course created for other things outside of, this is specific to
Right.
the food production. So there's other things. If someone's not a food producer, they can do those courses too.
It's also pretty personalized, right? That's
Mhm.
one thing that we were saying, like why it's not necessarily gonna be like posted anywhere afterwards, but yes, she can reuse.
Right, exactly. So
Mhm.
what you're saying
What they're
here is
outlining.
don't fill in and say yes, 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 if you know you can't. It will be available, maybe not under the same circumstances, but this particular course will be available
Or
in
like
the
saying like in
future.
the future. or something.
Yeah, so don't just like, oh my gosh, I have to, but I know I'll work something out. It's like, no, I'll just do it in the next course. And yeah, of course, it'll cost me whatever, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of here. Or replacing this question or adding to it, just tell me what to
Or
write.
what was the change that you were talking about, Val, with?
Just
what
kind of
you're saying?
indicate that this is highly competitive
I think
I think
that's
that's
right.
Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
And
the same,
that-
but then like.
and that there may be an opportunity in the future to sign up for the course.
I would think
in
that could maybe
future
be
date.
like, if the spots fill up, that can be something that we can.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that would
Put
be,
in that email.
Yeah.
I don't know that that needs to be in the application just yet.
because somebody could actually misunderstand that. I know what you're saying, but they could
Mhm.
misunderstand it and go, well, my application then applies to something in the future and I don't have to
Mhm.
apply or blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And that
So-
might just open up, we're just,
so we'll
Yeah,
put
but I know
that
what
in
you're
the
saying.
email.
Yeah.
In the reject, yeah, and so.
And we'll have her handle that part.
so then are we going to ask for money?
Right,
In this, or you can say
A deposit.
The deposit will be refunded at the completion of the program or something.
yeah. Yeah, you don't need to have the details worked out, you can just say there will be a payment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a refundable deposit,
And then
upon
even if we're not
completion.
able to do it, at least
And
that.
so I'm looking at Eventbrite and the ticketing fee is non-refundable. The ticketing fee and the service fee are non-refundable,
Okay.
which means either the buyer or the event organizer is getting stuck with that. I think those are a percentage of?
One is flat, I think, and one is a percentage.
Okay.
We use Eventbrite a lot, and then I think who gets stuck with that depends on how, so you can list your pricing, where you eat the fee, or
Okay.
they do, and I think it just depends on how you list it then.
I think for like ease, I literally think like a paper check.
I would much rather
money
get a
order,
paper check.
and then we can literally just give it back to them
Yeah.
and like tear it up.
Yeah.
And then if they fail to meet it, then I think the checks will probably be made out to the well, and then that money will just go back into your working group.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I
I think
just,
that makes sense. And also,
the
even
first
if
meeting
we
in person.
add it in and then later on
The
we
one on
realize,
the-
like, oh, we're not able to take this deposit, even the idea of it leads to more buy-in,
Yeah.
so.
They don't know that we can't do anything with it.
It's just, yeah, it's just
on recording, but I guess, you know.
Yeah.
So they'd be collected at the first in-person session. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think either. first
Orientation, I think it's called.
Yeah, the orientation,
Yeah.
whatever's July 8th. I just didn't know if
Do
that
we wanna
was,
do it at orientation or
or do it on the first.
before orientation?
Before.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, then how would they get it to us?
Can mail it somewhere.
We should all be in Hillsborough County.
That's true, yeah.
So there should be somebody nearby.
Maybe, yeah,
I only
because,
say before because it's really easy to be like, yeah, and then it
and then they go, oh, next
So-
time,
so-
next time, yeah.
And we can't
Easy
focus.
option would be they can drop it off at extension.
Yeah.
I can just live in my mailbox in my
Or,
office.
or
They
maybe.
can drop it off at one of your big sites if you are there like reliably or whatever.
I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm
And we can
irresponsible.
take that,
Ask
that's
Savannah. I have
fine.
checks in my book bag
So
from a
they
year
can
ago.
drop it off at extension. This is all happening they're registering in June.
The first 2 weeks.
June.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can drop them off to my place, because
Yeah.
we're always
Okay.
there, and then we'll give them free pasta.
So
We give
basically
them pasta, we'll give you
instructions
pasta.
would be just to like drop off a check or a money order with their name and my name to extension.
Yep, you're putting that in the app.
We can put that on acceptance letters.
Yeah, and it's acceptance, yeah, that's what, yeah, where to,
So it says in here, so they know that there will be a deposit, but we can give those details, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty nominal
Yeah.
too, don't you think? I mean,
Alrighty,
$100.
it's 11:06,
We need to move.
Yeah.
so 20 minutes basically. Savannah, do you want to go over encumbering funds before we move on to other projects so that I think that discussion is like informed?
Sure, yeah. So, as you may have seen on the platform, I
Yes.
posted yesterday, about funding, so basically, sorry, I put the wrong thing.
That's okay, we got that.
That pretty much if you don't spend your money, we want to put them into mini grants so that we use them. Because we asked for budgets, we were supposed to have a budget after the Acre Summit in January, we haven't really gotten any like fully completed budgets, so we just wanna make sure this money gets used. So right now, we've spent $5,300. So kind of wanna know what else you're gonna spend money on. If there's gonna be anything left, we'll put it into like a mini grant and give them out in like August, maybe later. So we want you to just complete a budget, and you need to submit it by June 30th. So you guys actually are the first group that we to talk about this. Everyone else isn't talking until next month. So you have until June 30th to finish a budget and submit it to me. So that after that, if you don't tell us that you're spending whatever money you're not spending, we're gonna put into mini grants and just for the group, because
Right,
we're all kind
as a
of
whole, the
yeah.
holistic.
Yes, we're all
yeah.
from Hillsborough. And we'll also, if you guys wanna help review those, things, we're taking volunteers, we're not gonna make y'all do it, but if you wanna volunteer to help review, the grants, we'll take your help there. And the same thing, it goes for, continuing education, so each working group has continuing education funds. That was allotted to you guys, you have $3,000, I believe we've spent about $1,500 from your working group already. And if you don't submit for it, we're gonna open it to the wider network for more continuing education. So if you wanna go to a conference, you want to do an online class, you wanna do something else, as long as there's an application, which is actually on this page as well. And I just updated it, so if you go to resources on this Word Group Leader page and click this continuing education request form, there's a little application, we have a rubric, So fill that out, and we do it on a rolling basis. So when you submit it, we'll look at it probably within a week and then give you feedback, or we'll say yes or no. And then we'll fund your things. So this needs to be done. You need to apply before we open to the network. You're still eligible when it's open to the network, but it's just more competitive. So I think we put a date in here. It's like, sorry. Yeah, July. Yes, you have through July to keep looking for continuing education opportunities. If there's something you want to do, submit the thing. We'll look at it. Afterwards, we're opening to a wider network. Or if you have something that is not, you can't relate to your work. I think that's related to any work, all the work groups, right?
For continuing education?
Yeah, for when we open it up. Because I think that's what we did. Like, to a work group.
Yeah, and so the intent is that it will strengthen you as a working group leader to help advance your working group goals. So that is kind of the intent for these, but when they're open up network wide, it is more kind of just like, all right, let's just get
Anything ag related?
Yeah, and anything food system related that would help strengthen you as an organization, or what all of that. But the intent for the kind of that first round with the leaders is that it is going to make you a stronger working group leader. For example, Jess is going to a homesteading conference, and in her application had to write how that relates to the general food production goals. So, and as part of that rubric that is linked. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd be happy to talk about that with anybody who's interested. But I also come back and
part of sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm going to come back and do a whole presentation on it, and it's homesteading, small farmers, regenerative ag, that kind of thing.
And I think that will be really interesting, Jess, is to talk to them and the people there and see what could a homegrown Hillsborough provide to them. Obviously you guys know that because you are involved in food production, but just to get other perspectives, what would be a useful thing that a network could provide. And then the last thing is that me, Savannah, and Dahlia are all going to the Urban Food System Symposium in Kansas City in September. Me and Dahlia have gone to this conference twice. It happens every other year. So we went to it in Kansas City, I guess 4 years ago. And then we went to it in Ohio 2 years ago. And it's a really good conference. We have thought those were valuable and that we learned a lot and made a lot of really good connections. We actually got accepted for a presentation. So the team will be there presenting. If that's something that you are interested in attending, then you should apply using your continuing education dollars, and we can have a little contingent of Hillsborough people. And yeah, so that's just an option. But I also posted another one, the National Ag Marketing Summit. I've been to that one. Yeah, and I will say that is probably more economic development related, just because it is more supply chain oriented. But I think we can tie a thread to all of these things. And that was in North Carolina in October, so different time, different location might be more convenient.
There's also a sustainable ag conference in North Carolina, the weekend after this.
Oh, wow. That one has been on my radar my whole life, and I haven't been able to go. But it's through the Carolinas something, and last year it was in Durham, and that's awesome food producers. It's so cool. There's lots of good conferences.
So, any other questions about this?
No, not about that. My question was overall I lost track of what the original number was. So for mine, I think the 50, what was the overall number, the start number?
10, 15.
Okay.
So we didn't actually.
15
is the high, the top, most you can spend. We were expecting people to spend between 10 and 15.
Okay.
So we didn't.
Okay, so I was just trying to figure out when we're working on the budget, what are we looking at? So technically we have $9. Yeah. Okay.
And so we can encumber the funds, where we know we're going to spend them by the end of September, or if you don't have a plan for that, then that's going to set
Okay. I brought for y'all, are we moving on to the budget part, or are we skipping that?
I mean, we can, so we have 10 minutes.
What I brought this today is what we worked on at the Acre Summit.
Mm-hmm. I also sent out the goals brainstorm a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. last meeting, or even maybe the one, I think it was the meeting before the last one, where I worked from that and what we had discussed since then, since there had been a lot of changes, and sent out a document with options. We touched on it during some of the meetings.
So we're talking about the other money in the budget.
Yeah, we have about 10 minutes to discuss it.
Do you want to maybe we could set, because we all know what we've been talking about, like the things that we've already kind of talked about as number 2, number 3, like to spend money on.
Yeah, I think we wrote that down somewhere.
Yeah.
The second, you mean the second project?
Yeah, the second project. So batteries,
here it is,
Yeah.
potential use of funds. It's in the same folder as all of the meeting notes.
Okay.
So we had a farm steward cohort, aquaponics and solar batteries, wash and pack, harvest training hub. And then I believe we talked about these, and I have to look at, I think my notes were written, so I'm looking to just see what our voting looked like. It was at the end of April.
I thought we had
I thought we had that.
like two. We had two. I think we had 2 things behind this one. I'm not seeing those.
Because we had said, we put the tool library, we took that out of it,
Mhm.
and we put the batteries, and
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that I had written up, and has been there just to try to keep that, this part of the discussion moving. We just keep not kind of getting to it.
yeah. This one, yeah.
Let's see, decisions made, I'm looking through pending
We
confirmation.
put batteries second already. Dreaming on that one.
Nope, that's
I don't
not,
remember.
it's not
I
in
don't
this
remember
one.
what
It's
we
not in
landed on,
April.
but I know that we talked about it.
We voted on 3 things, right? And that's what I'm looking for real quick.
We had talked about the cold storage, doing that collaboratively, but I
Cold storage,
believe that economic development is taking care of that in its entirety.
It's not gonna be in its entirety potentially. So I think Nicole was thinking that the trailer would run all off of like the solar that would be on it. And I don't think that that is a possibility. It's gonna have to be plugged in. In order to, like, we have a generator that we can put onto it to take it places that was donated in the meantime. That just was like pure luck. And so she had talked to us on Friday about some other uses of the 9,000. But I didn't remember all the details, so I thought I would just kind of go into this and see like what we had voted on. I'm just looking back to see, because we have voted. And she had some ideas that were like, not necessarily batteries, I'm trying to remember, but it kind of encompassed everybody's goals. So I thought they were worth like looking at. But I also wanted to see what the top 3 were that we had like talked about. I'm just looking through the notes.
Maybe we can just table this table that part
Yeah, and say,
to the next meeting that we have on the 20 or not.
Or on the 11th.
Yes. Why am I going to the 20th?
Because you'll miss us until then.
On 11th, but we'll also, if we can all individually try to locate the remaining 2 that are there, because we've scratched 1 off the list, but there are 2 remaining topics that are out there that we wanted to discuss. We can talk about that and then have an idea for how to spend the remaining money.
All extra meetings, since like
Yeah.
we won't have a lot of time from the 11th
The
to the
11th to
30th.
the 30th. Yeah.
That makes sense, Jess? You got that note?
Because Jess had sent this whole thing about the shared cold storage solutions.
Yeah, so that's, she
everybody.
had sent that, and we had talked, I think we didn't get to, the notes that I saw. So
We just haven't
didn't
gotten
get to
yeah, because
seeing
we've
it.
been.
All I see in here is shared tool library, collaborative grower, consumer model, and then supporting the cold storage, as well as a system for a market co-op for multi-growers.
So I'm just looking, yeah, I can't find in the agendas right off what we had decided on the other top two. I feel like we did talk about that though.
Do we have it in the meeting notes, Jess?
I'm looking.
Yeah. Let's go look.
All right, so for the sake of time, I think
We could just kind of all.
we
look
will
at that.
do our homework. We'll all go back and notes, because Lord have mercy, I got notes everywhere.
So would that be sort of what we'll focus on the next meeting?
Correct. Our next meeting will be
Hopefully.
deciding.
Hopefully.
We will figure this out. It's there somewhere. It's somewhere. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Because
So
I
we
know I
wanna-
took
we
handouts,
wanna
which I don't have with me.
Finalize our top two at the next meeting. So we come with our,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
I
and
would
then
say
that'll
that
help
maybe
us
we
do the
should
budget.
try to have an extra meeting in there, so that we're not trying to jam so much.
Yeah, that makes like another virtual meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
oh, we can get the text chat going. That would be great, because my June is already over.
I'm not as comfortable with the text chat. It gets a little confusing.
It could be like it doesn't have to be like on a Thursday too, if
No, it doesn't
everybody
have to
feels
be
about it.
like
It could
on
be
a Thursday
anytime that we're
necessarily.
all
I just
available.
thought it'd be nice to have like, so what's our next, oh, that's the 11th one, okay. It would be nice to have something we can either have that discussion on what we want to do on the 11th and then have an extra meeting.
A budget meeting.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a budget meeting after that. I
That
think
makes
that makes
sense.
more sense than one beforehand.
Because the 25th, we would be like right up against it
Right.
if we waited till that.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. So we could schedule something for the either the 18th, or we can see what's available basically between the 11th and the 25th to have
So
sort
we
of like
could
an
all
extra
just.
budget meeting.
Yeah, I would go with the 1 week right after on the
The
18th.
18th.
Is there-
Because in case something happens and we have to have another quick one, we have time between then and the 25th.
Yeah.
So is there a time frame that would work for everybody on the 18th for a virtual?
I'm open.
I'm
So
open.
don't worry about it. How about, you said your June is pretty, any hour in that time that would work? Even a Monday or weekend or,
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing a weekend, sorry.
okay, never mind.
I could potentially do the 17th
That's a
in the morning.
Wednesday,
That's the day before.
Okay,
June 17th.
I can do that, yeah. Does anybody else have a conflict?
Mhm.
No.
So I'll be away, but you don't need me.
Virtual 10:30?
10:30 works for me. I can do, did you have a time, Dee, that works for you on
That's
that
fine.
morning? 10:30 is good?
So Wednesday, we're gonna have Wednesday the 17th.
Mm-hmm. And then Jess, will you post that?
Yep.
Beautiful, thank you.
10:30, right?
Mm-hmm, on the 17th. Not the 18th, the Wednesday.
The
Great.
17th.
Great. That'd
Awesome.
be awesome. Yeah, so if we can review the document, make sure everybody has access to that document. And
What
then
document?
I will also look through the notes and see if I can locate where we had voted on the top two and see, because I do remember writing down.
We did, and I wrote it down too, it's just not with me, so I know
Yeah.
we have it between
So
all of
it's-
us, we have it.
Yeah, so it's somewhere in there, and I will look at that and try to get that to you guys as soon as I can.
Is there a budget? I don't know. So what was the document that we're reviewing exactly?
What we,
The potential use of funds, but before that, I was just going to try to look through all of the notes and find where we had set our
ranked
top
them.
two.
I did want to pitch an idea, but I don't want to pitch it today if we're not ready to, if we don't have the ones that we already talked about. However, is there a template?
For a budget?
Yeah. There's one in the thing? Okay, cool.
Looks like it's hard right now.
Like, yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just wanted to know.
Yes, it is in there.
Okay. Cool. That's all from me.
So we kind of have our deliverables for next meeting.
Mhm.
That leads into the budget.
Mhm.
It's just like music, right?
Just you have that for the agenda?
Which is perfect because we're at 11.
You have all that for the agenda? Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I've been
You're awesome.
typing away.
Okay. Savannah, are you ready to do your?
Let me share. So I can see online. All right. So our meeting rating.
Can we link the template to the agenda, Jess? Okay, thank you.
Okay. Zoom in. All right, so we're rating 1 through 5 for participation. Jess, what do you think?
5.
Steve?
5.
Georgia?
5.
Bella?
5.
Lauren?
5.
Achievement, what did we accomplish? Jess?
5.
4.
Georgia?
3.
Bella?
5.
And Lauren?
5.
In listening, were we focused and mindful? Jess?
5.
5.
4.
5.
5.
And last one, did we stick to our agenda and use our time wisely? Jess?
I think we did. 5.
4.
I'm in a good mood today.
Me too. I know.
5.
5. I think we did as good as we could. We did great.
Thank you guys.
Look what we accomplished, right?
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah.
Lord, that was stressing me out.
That's all I need.
Thank you,
I think
Savannah.
next meeting is going to be great too. I really do. I think we'll nail it.
Oh, just a clarification. So the next meeting is June 11th, virtual, and then we're doing a June 17th meeting as well.
Virtual as well,
Virtual.
yeah.
Virtual.
Excellent.
And then we have our last Thursday as normal.
In
Got it.
person. The one you have in the, yeah.
How do I add those things back to my calendar?
I did the platform.
Yeah, I'm on there now.
Okay.
You know, when you
I can.
Later. Yeah, when we're done. Thank you.
In a minute, yeah.
Thank you guys that are here virtually. We appreciate y'all taking the time to log on and join us today. I know we got like 4 minutes left, so if there's anything anyone else wants to kind of pitter patter about, the floor is yours. Okay, then I'm gonna
no.
get coffee so I can start my day.
Nope, I just let's see. I'll see you guys next time, and I'm gonna go to Delaware now for a wedding. I'm really excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to New Jersey for one next
Thanks
weekend.
for joining us.
All right, bye
y'all.
guys.
Bye.